Today, we're exploring the key ideas from How to Talk to Anyone by Leil Lowndes. This is an independent educational overview enriched with our own integrative analysis and actionable exercises. Think of it as a guided reflection to spark your own insights, not a replacement for reading the book itself. Effective human interaction, whether in personal or professional spheres, fundamentally underpins success. It's not simply about innate charisma or intellectual prowess, but a mastery of deliberate communication strategies. Many perceived setbacks or missed opportunities aren't due to external barriers, but rather to an individual's inadvertent communication missteps. Every subtle gesture, every facial nuance, and every word choice conveys potent, often subconscious messages that profoundly influence how others perceive and respond. This comprehensive approach delves into the actionable tactics employed by highly effective communicators, demystifying their ability to build rapport, earn trust, and ultimately achieve their objectives by genuinely engaging with others. It reveals that the magic of compelling social presence is in fact a learnable skill, broken down into specific, repeatable techniques that can transform any interaction. First impressions are forged in mere seconds, largely dominated by the silent symphony of nonverbal cues. Before a single word is uttered, an individual's appearance, posture, and movements transmit a wealth of information, eliciting instantaneous judgments that are often emotionally driven and surprisingly accurate. To project an aura of confidence, intelligence, and approachable dynamism, one must consciously calibrate these physical expressions. This involves a deliberate orchestration of bodily signals, a composed posture, a raised gaze, an authentic smile, and direct eye contact. These elements collectively communicate an individual's presence and establish a memorable, positive initial impact. Consider the simple act of smiling. A fleeting, instantaneous grin often registers as superficial. A more impactful approach involves a momentary pause, acknowledging the other person's presence before allowing a warm, expansive smile to gradually spread, engaging the eyes. This slight delay, often less than a second, imbues the smile with sincerity and personalization, making the recipient feel uniquely acknowledged and valued. This refined smiling technique is a hallmark of credible leaders, adding depth and genuineness to interactions. Eye contact, too, is a powerful instrument of connection. Prolonged, respectful eye contact conveys intelligence, thoughtfulness, and an engaged presence. Imagine maintaining eye contact for a beat longer than conventionally comfortable, as if a gentle, invisible thread connects your gaze, stretching subtly as you eventually look away. This prolonged focus communicates deep comprehension and respect, making the individual feel truly seen and captivating their attention. Such sustained visual engagement, when applied appropriately and not excessively, signals profound interest. However, in intimate or potentially romantic contexts, an even more intense, focused gaze can be a potent nonverbal declaration of, "I cannot take my eyes off you," potentially igniting a deeper emotional response. Yet, such intense focus must be wielded with caution. Misapplied, it can easily be perceived as intrusive or even aggressive, especially toward strangers. Beyond the face, physical posture dramatically broadcasts confidence and success. People instinctively associate an upright stance, shoulders back, and a lifted head with importance and self-assurance. To cultivate this habit, envision an invisible hook gently lifting you from the crown of your head as you cross any threshold. This mental exercise naturally corrects slouching, aligning the body to project an impression of balance, grace, and significant self-possession. The inherent human need for validation drives initial interactions. Subconsciously, new acquaintances seek affirmation, an unspoken, "Do you like me?" Positive body language, an open stance, leaning slightly forward, direct eye contact, and a genuine smile signals acceptance. Conversely, disengagement can convey disinterest. Recognizing this, a powerful technique involves greeting new people with the same enthusiastic warmth and undivided attention one might offer a beloved child. This full body turn, coupled with a warm smile and complete focus, powerfully communicates, "You are special," fulfilling a fundamental need for appreciation and paving the way for positive engagement. Similarly, fostering an immediate sense of camaraderie can be achieved by mentally framing a new acquaintance as a cherished old friend. This simple visualization automatically triggers natural, welcoming nonverbal cues, softened eyes, an authentic smile, and an open posture without conscious effort. This strategy generates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Acting as if you genuinely like someone often leads to genuine liking, which is then reciprocated. Credibility and trustworthiness are also largely communicated non-verbally. While outright deceit may not be consciously detectable, subtle fidgeting, shifts in posture, or touching the face can trigger an intuitive unease in a listener, even when words are truthful. Nervousness, discomfort, or environmental factors can inadvertently create these signals. To project unwavering credibility, experienced communicators suppress extraneous movements during important conversations, maintaining a steady gaze and keeping hands away from the face. This controlled demeanor ensures the message is received as entirely truthful and reliable. Finally, effective networking at social events demands a deliberate approach. It's not enough to simply attend, one must strategize. This involves identifying key individuals to meet, timing one's arrival and departure for maximum impact, preparing essential tools like business cards and a notepad, understanding the host's underlying agenda, anticipating the group's interests for relevant conversation topics, and, critically, planning a systematic follow-up. Moreover, to appear approachable, one should avoid holding food or drinks, as these create unconscious barriers to interaction. Strategic networkers ensure their hands are free to engage, shake hands, and connect without obstruction. Furthermore, commanding attention upon entering a room involves a deliberate pause at the threshold, allowing for a slow, diagnostic scan of the environment. This intentional observation of the social landscape enables a confident, informed first move, reflecting cultivated presence rather than impulsive reaction. Mastering conversational dynamics, engaging and sustaining dialogue. Many individuals, regardless of their other accomplishments, grapple with an apprehension towards casual conversation. This small-talk reluctance can impede connection, but it is entirely surmountable through learned techniques. The initial purpose of small talk is simply to foster comfort, not to deliver profound insights. A key to initiating smooth interaction is to genuinely align with the other person's emotional state or energy level. People respond favorably when their mood is subtly acknowledged. If someone is speaking slowly and quietly, a sudden burst of high energy can be jarring. Conversely, a languid pace can frustrate a busy individual. Briefly mirroring their tone and pace for a sentence or two establishes a foundation of understanding, making them more receptive before gently guiding the conversation. Crucially, even mundane remarks can be effective if delivered with sincerity and positive energy, avoiding any negativity that could immediately create an unfavorable impression. To encourage others to initiate conversation, a distinctive feature strategy is highly effective. Wearing or carrying a unique item, a distinctive piece of jewelry, an unusual accessory, or a quirky pen serves as a natural conversation starter. It provides an easy, non-threatening reason for others to approach, making you more approachable. Conversely, one can actively seek out such items on others to initiate connections. When seeking to meet specific individuals at events, leveraging the host for an introduction or gathering a few key details about their interests provides a natural icebreaker. Similarly, to join an ongoing group discussion without a formal introduction, one can subtly position oneself nearby and listen for a suitable topic, then politely interject with a relevant comment, ensuring a smooth entry. Common conversational pitfalls often arise from generic inquiries. For instance, the question, "Where are you from?" frequently elicits a bare facts answer, like just a city name, leading to an abrupt conversational dead end. Instead of merely stating a geographic fact, offer an additional, interesting, or anecdote about your hometown. This conversational bait provides something tangible for the other person to comment on, naturally extending the dialogue. The same principle applies when asked about one's profession. Avoid a bare title. Instead, offer a brief, relatable description of what you do, perhaps an example of how your work benefits others, making it understandable and engaging. Similarly, when introducing two people, move beyond merely stating names. Infuse the introduction with a brief mention of a shared interest or a unique aspect of their work, providing an immediate, natural opening for dialogue and preventing awkward silences. To revive a flagging conversation, one can become a word detective, listening for subtle clues, an unusual word choice, or a tangential reference that might reveal a hidden passion. Inquiring about these reveals genuine interest and can ignite an engaging discussion on a topic the other person genuinely enjoys. A profound truth in communication is that focusing entirely on the other person makes you irresistibly interesting. Confident communicators understand the value of listening deeply, allowing the spotlight to illuminate the other individual's story, which cultivates a powerful connection. When at a loss for what to say next, a simple yet potent technique is to gently echo the last 2 or 3 words the other person has spoken, using an inquisitive, sympathetic tone. This subtly encourages them to elaborate, making them feel heard and valued without requiring you to generate new content. Alternatively, to invigorate a group conversation or facilitate a graceful exit, one can invite someone to retell a positive, impressive story they have previously shared. This shifts the focus onto them, engaging both the storyteller and the audience, and allows for a natural disengagement once the conversation is flowing. In early interactions, it is generally wise to project a positive demeanor, avoiding the immediate revelation of personal flaws or struggles, which can lead to negative assumptions. Always being prepared with interesting things to say is crucial. Making it a habit to quickly review current events just before a social or networking event provides a wealth of relevant discussion points, showcasing you as an informed and engaged individual. Furthermore, asking "How do you spend most of your time?" rather than the direct "What do you do?" fosters a more open and respectful exchange, allowing individuals to share what they wish about their professional, personal, or leisure pursuits without feeling judged. For advanced conversationalists, an expanded vocabulary significantly enhances perception of intelligence and capability. Incorporating around 50 more descriptive synonyms for common, overused words can dramatically elevate communication. Instead of good, consider splendid or magnificent. This deliberate expansion makes communication more articulate and memorable. However, when discovering shared interests, resist the urge to immediately interject with a "me too." Let the other person fully express themselves, then casually reveal your commonality later. This deliberate delay enhances the impact of the connection, portraying confidence rather than eagerness. Moreover, framing sentences around the listener, starting with "you," "Can you manage without me Friday?" appeals directly to their perspective, engaging their self-interest and making them feel valued. Skilled communicators also avoid clichés, which signal a lack of originality. Instead, they strive for fresh, thoughtful expression. They apply techniques from motivational speakers, using expressive gestures, varied vocal tones, vivid analogies, and relevant humor. Importantly, they employ direct language, calling things by their true names rather than euphemisms, conveying authenticity and self-assurance. A crucial social grace to avoid is teasing or making jokes at others' expense. Such behavior can be perceived as immature and damage professional and personal relationships. When delivering difficult news, adopting an emotional tone that reflects the recipient's likely feelings is paramount, prioritizing empathy over detached cheerfulness. And when faced with unwelcome questions, a calm, consistent repetition of the same concise response, a broken record technique, can effectively deter an interrogator without being rude. Telephone communication presents unique challenges, lacking visual cues. To compensate, one must verbalize emotions, translating nonverbal gestures into audible signals. A nod becomes, "I see." Surprise becomes, "You don't say." This verbal amplification ensures personality and message are fully conveyed. Using the listener's name frequently during phone calls creates intimacy and commands attention, acting as a verbal caress that re-engages a drifting listener. Furthermore, making callers feel uniquely valued involves a genuine, enthusiastic tone that floods the voice after identifying the caller, signaling that your positive reaction is reserved specifically for them. When screening calls, a subtle approach involves cheerfully stating you'll connect them, then explaining unavailability, preventing callers from feeling personally rejected. Respecting gatekeepers, secretaries, assistants with courtesy, and acknowledging their names is vital, as their influence can significantly impact a VIP's perception of you. Critically, always inquire, "Is this a good time to chat?" before launching into a discussion, respecting the other person's internal clock and ensuring receptiveness. Lastly, a professional voicemail message should be brief, friendly, and updated daily with current availability, projecting organization and attentiveness. While effective outgoing messages can use a cliffhanger to entice callbacks by hinting at important news without fully revealing it. When reaching a VIP, a subtly familiar opening like, "Hi, John Smith here, is she in?" can bypass gatekeepers by implying a pre-existing informal relationship. To truly engage as an insider, cultivate a broad range of general knowledge. Intentionally breaking routine to sample diverse hobbies or activities, even just once, provides valuable conversational currency, offering insider terminology and relevant questions. This scramble therapy enables meaningful engagement with enthusiasts across many fields. Learning a few insider opening questions for various professions or hobbies signals informed curiosity, making others feel understood and valued. Beyond specific fields, identifying the hot-button issues that dominate discussions within a profession or community allows for truly meaningful dialogue. Asking someone knowledgeable about a group what their burning concerns are can uncover these insights. Similarly, reading diverse sections of newspapers and trade journals can familiarize you with industry-specific jargon and trends. In international contexts, understanding and adapting to local customs and etiquette, example handling business cards, gift-giving, dress codes, is paramount, as ignoring cultural nuances can lead to serious misunderstandings and offense. Even when bargaining, using a few specialized industry terms can signal your knowledge, often leading to better insider pricing. Forging deep connections. Empathy, praise, and strategic influence. Genuine connection thrives on the perception of shared values and beliefs. People are naturally drawn to those they feel are just like them, regardless of actual commonalities. Creating this sensation involves subtly mirroring another person's movement style, whether their gestures are small or expansive, fast or slow. This subconscious imitation fosters a sense of familiarity and rapport. Linguistic alignment also plays a crucial role. The technique of echoing involves consciously repeating the precise nouns, verbs, adjectives, and prepositions a conversation partner uses. This creates a powerful subliminal sense of shared understanding, making them feel you resonate with their experiences and attitudes. Using a term like vessel instead of boat, if that is their specific word for it, for instance, shows profound sensitivity. Making a message truly clear requires crafting analogies and vivid imagery directly from the listener's known interests or profession. For a gardener, talking about sowing the seeds of success will resonate more deeply than a generic business metaphor. This potent imaging makes points more compelling, memorable, and relatable, while subtly communicating shared understanding. Furthermore, demonstrating empathy goes beyond mere ahas. Replacing these generic sounds with brief, complete, supportive sentences, "That sounds challenging," or "I understand how you feel," shows active processing and genuine connection, making you appear more articulate. People also communicate through dominant sensory preferences: visual, auditory, or kinesthetic. Matching your language to their momentary sensory words, e.g., if they say, "I see what you mean," you respond with, "I get the picture," creates a powerful, anatomically correct empathic connection. As conversational intimacy deepens, people naturally shift from cliches and facts to sharing feelings and ultimately to using we statements. Intentionally employing we or us early in an interaction, even with new acquaintances, can subtly create a premature sense of togetherness and implied friendship. A powerful technique for building rapport is instant history, creating a unique, shared private joke or common reference from a memorable, often humorous moment experienced together. Revisiting these cues instantly recalls positive shared feelings, transforming a stranger into someone with whom you have a unique history. Praise, when genuine, is a potent relationship-building tool, unlike insincere flattery, which destroys trust. The most effective way to compliment someone without being perceived as brown-nosing is to deliver praise indirectly. Convey your appreciation to a third party who is close to the person you wish to compliment. When this grapevine glory reaches the intended recipient, it carries far greater credibility. Beyond this, acting as a carrier pigeon of positive messages, relaying compliments you hear about someone, or sharing news articles aligned with their interests, positions you as a bearer of good tidings and fosters stronger connections. A subtle form of praise, implied magnificence, involves making statements that presuppose a positive quality about someone. "Could you tell me if there are any fine dining restaurants nearby?" implies they have good taste. Similarly, accidental adulation involves weaving praise into the parenthetical part of a sentence. "You're much too young to remember this, but..." These techniques make compliments seem to slip out spontaneously, enhancing their sincerity. The killer compliment is a potent, memorable affirmation that highlights a specific, personal, and unique quality. "What exquisite eyes you have," or "You have a wonderful air of honesty about you." Such specific and personal praise resonates deeply. Equally important are little strokes, brief, spontaneous verbal commendations for everyday achievements or positive behaviors, reminding colleagues and loved ones that their efforts are noticed and valued. Timing is crucial. Praise should be delivered immediately after an accomplishment to maximize its impact. And when receiving a compliment, avoid deflecting it. Instead, boomerang the good feelings back by acknowledging the giver's kindness and appreciation for their observation. "That's so nice of you to tell me. I appreciate your positive feedback." Finally, to deliver a compliment that truly affirms a loved one's deepest self-image, ask them what they would want to be remembered for, e.g., a man of his word. And then, after a suitable interval, reflect that exact sentiment back to them. This tombstone game technique hits a profound emotional chord, making them feel genuinely seen and cherished. Navigating complex social interactions also involves grace under pressure. It's crucial to see no bloopers, hear no bloopers, consciously ignoring others' minor mistakes or awkward moments. Reacting, even kindly, can cause embarrassment. Instead, maintain the flow of conversation, allowing them to save face. If someone's story is interrupted, subtly lend a helping tongue by gently prompting them to continue, recalling their last few words. This demonstrates empathy and earns gratitude. In any request or proposition, always articulate "What's in it for me?" WIIM for the other person, as well as your own "What's in it for you?" WIYF. Transparency builds trust. Concealing agendas damages credibility. When someone agrees to a favor, allow them time to savor their beneficence before immediately following up, demonstrating respect for their goodwill. Similarly, when calling in a return favor, allow a suitable amount of time to pass, preserving the genuine nature of the exchange. Certain social settings are safe havens where specific topics should be avoided. Parties are for pleasant social interaction, not for discussing serious business or grievances. Dining tables, whether business or social, are for rapport building and positive discussions, not disagreements or tough negotiations. Chance meetings in informal settings should remain light and social, never exploited for sales pitches or work-related pressure. To ensure others truly listen, first empty their tanks by allowing them to fully express their own thoughts or worries. This clears their inner noise, making them receptive to your message. When confronted with anger, echo the emotion by prioritizing and validating their feelings before offering solutions. This emotional mirroring calms the storm and fosters receptiveness. If you make a mistake that negatively impacts someone, go beyond mere correction. My goof, your gain means actively ensuring the affected person benefits substantially, transforming the negative into a positive. When dealing with deceit, providing an escape hatch allows the individual to save face rather than directly confronting them, preserving social harmony. Giving positive feedback about an outstanding service employee to their supervisor, the buttercup technique, acts as an insurance policy for future VIP treatment. Finally, demonstrating leadership in groups often involves being a first responder, being among the first to applaud or verbally affirm a speaker's ideas. This proactive engagement signals confidence and support, marking you as an influential individual. Every interaction carries an unspoken scorecard of give and take. Consistently making smooth moves, small, thoughtful acts of consideration, builds positive regard and strengthens relationships over time. The Integrative Analysis Implications. The aggregate wisdom of these techniques paints a vivid picture of social mastery rooted in profound empathy and strategic self-awareness. At its core, this approach posits that communication is less about innate talent and more about a learnable suite of behaviors designed to acknowledge, validate, and influence the other person's psychological landscape. The underlying philosophy is one of generosity, giving attention, giving respect, giving genuine appreciation, and giving others the pleasure of feeling understood. The cumulative effect of consistently applying these strategies transcends mere social politeness. It cultivates an almost magnetic personal presence. By mastering nonverbal cues, individuals project an aura of confidence and approachability that pre-qualifies them for positive interaction. By honing conversational dynamics, they effortlessly navigate small talk, transform mundane exchanges into engaging dialogues, and acquire the insider knowledge that builds bridges across diverse interests and professions. Crucially, the emphasis shifts from self-expression to active listening and observation, treating every interaction as an opportunity to learn and respond with precision. This deep attentiveness enables a communicator to echo a person's language, mirror their movements, and offer praise that truly resonates, thereby forging profound, almost familial connections. The strategic application of these techniques carries significant implications for personal growth and professional advancement. It fosters resilience in challenging interactions, offering tools to de-escalate anger, deliver difficult news with grace, and navigate social faux pas without offense. The consistent practice of considerate communication builds a reservoir of goodwill, where favors are genuinely given and received, and relationships are fortified against inevitable missteps. In essence, it redefines leadership not as a position of authority, but as a capacity to inspire trust, create comfort, and mobilize positive sentiment through superior interpersonal skills. Ultimately, the mastery of these communication strategies transforms daily interactions from random occurrences into deliberate acts of connection. It empowers individuals to consciously shape their social environment, to be the chooser of their connections, and to build a network of relationships founded on authentic appreciation and mutual respect. This commentary underscores that while the journey to becoming an exceptional communicator demands diligent practice and a heightened sense of observation, the rewards, deeper relationships, greater influence, and enhanced personal fulfillment are profound and far-reaching. It is a testament to the idea that by truly mastering how we engage with others, we unlock our potential to achieve virtually anything we desire. Actionable exercises. 1. The confident presence practice. Your initial impression is made in seconds, primarily through how you carry yourself. This exercise helps you project confidence and warmth without saying a word. Heads up, shoulders back. Throughout your day, especially before entering a room or passing through a doorway, imagine an invisible string gently lifting you from the top of your head. Feel your spine lengthen, shoulders relax back, and head rise slightly. Hold this hang by your teeth posture for a few seconds. The slow, warm smile. Instead of an instant grin, pause for a second as you meet someone new. Take in their presence, then let a warm, responsive smile slowly spread across your face and into your eyes. This flooding smile makes it feel genuine and personal to them. Sticky eyes connection. In conversations, practice maintaining eye contact a moment longer than you normally would, as if your eyes are gently glued with warm taffy. When you do look away, do so slowly. This sticky eyes technique conveys deep interest and makes others feel truly seen. Practice these 3 elements in every interaction today, at the grocery store, with colleagues, or with family. Observe how you feel and how others respond. Chapter 2. The Conversational Hook Builder. Transform hesitant small talk into engaging discussions. This exercise prepares you to initiate and sustain interesting conversations, making you approachable and memorable. Prepare your personal hooks. For the common questions, where are you from, or what do you do, prepare 2 to 3 engaging sentences beyond a naked city or naked job title. For your hometown, share a unique fact, local event, or witty observation. For your job, craft a nutshell resume that highlights the benefit you provide or a relatable story tailored to different audiences. For example, instead of, I'm a teacher, try, I help young minds discover their passion for science, often by blowing things up safely. Become a what's-it magnet or seeker. Wear a unique item, a distinctive pin, an interesting scarf, a fun piece of jewelry. This what's-it serves as a natural conversation starter. Alternatively, become a what's-it seeker yourself, looking for interesting items on others and using them as a gentle opening to engage. Practice your prepared hooks with 3 new people this week. Try wearing a what's-it and see who approaches you, or identify a what's-it on someone else to start a conversation. 3. The Understanding You Empathy Challenge. Build powerful rapport by making others feel truly understood. This exercise helps you tune in to their unique way of communicating and respond in kind. Echo their language. In your next few conversations, pay close attention to the specific nouns, verbs, and adjectives your conversation partner uses. If they say, "This project has been a heavy lift," instead of just, "I understand," try, "Yes, a heavy lift indeed." Or if they call their weekend place a chalet, refer to it as a chalet yourself, not a cabin. This echoing subtly signals that you share their frame of reference. Match their sensory world. Listen for visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, feeling words. If they say, "I see what you mean," respond with a visual phrase like, "I get the picture." If they say, "That sounds good to me," use an auditory response such as, "I hear what you're saying." If they express, "I have a gut feeling about this," reply with a kinesthetic phrase like, "I understand how you feel." This anatomically correct empathizing makes them feel deeply connected. Practice one or both of these techniques in your interactions today. Notice how quickly people open up and feel a stronger bond with you. 4. The art of genuine appreciation. Move beyond generic compliments to express appreciation that truly resonates and builds lasting connections. Uncover their tombstone truth. Think about someone you deeply admire or want to connect with more effectively. A loved one, a colleague, or a mentor. In a relaxed moment, ask them what quality they would want inscribed on their tombstone, or what they'd want to be remembered for most. Listen carefully, without judgment. After at least 3 weeks, find an opportune moment to compliment them using the exact sentiment they shared. This tombstone game delivers a killer compliment that affirms their deepest self-image. Deliver grapevine glory. Instead of directly complimenting someone you want to impress, which can feel like brown-nosing, share your genuine positive observations about them with a trusted third party who is close to them. For example, "I was so impressed by how person's name handled that client today." When this grapevine glory reaches them, it gains immense credibility and impact. Master boomeranging. When you receive a compliment, instead of deflecting it, "Oh, this old thing," acknowledge the giver's kindness. For example, "Thank you, that's so nice of you to notice." Or, "I'm glad you liked it. I chose it specifically for X reason." This boomeranging reflects positivity back, validating the complimenter and encouraging future praise. Practice one or more of these techniques this week to transform how you give and receive appreciation. 5. The Strategic Mingle Blueprint. Turn casual social events into powerful networking opportunities. This exercise helps you approach gatherings with purpose and maximize your connections. Pre-party reconnaissance. Before attending any social event, even a casual one, mentally or actually rubberneck the room by considering 1. Who might be there that you want to meet? 2. Why is the party being given? What's the host's real agenda? 3. What are likely conversation topics for this group? Briefly scan current events or industry news. Mingle freely, follow up smartly. Munch or mingle. Prioritize mingling. Eat before or strategically hold your food or drink to keep one hand free for greetings. Avoid eating while actively trying to converse. The chooser approach. Don't wait to be approached. Scan the room and identify 1 or 2 people you genuinely want to meet. Approach them directly with a simple, "Hi, I'm your name. I wanted to meet you." Business card dossier. Have a pen ready. On the back of any business card you receive, discreetly jot down a small personal detail. Example, loves hiking, dog named Max, mentioned Hawaii trip. The follow-up. Within 24 to 48 hours, send a brief, personalized follow-up, email or note, referencing that small detail. This business card dossier technique makes you unforgettable. Apply this blueprint to your next social gathering and observe the difference in your connections. That wraps up our exploration of today's book. If even one idea here gave you something to reflect on, give it a like so YouTube knows to share more with you. And if you'd like the next insight in your feed, hit subscribe. Remember, what you heard today is our independent interpretation, enriched with analysis and exercises. The full book has far more depth, so consider reading it to experience the author's work directly. Thanks for listening to DeftU Insights, where we turn great books into tools for growth.